your faces this morning, and for anybody online, we're so happy you're here. If you're able, please join and sing with us this morning.
You have been waiting Thank you all so much for being here and for singing with us this morning. I want to give you some space and time to turn to one another, to greet one another, to say hello, and then we'll continue with the service.
Good morning. Oh, I love this type of energy, this connectivity. Maybe this is a little bit of a spillover from last weekend and our Pride event. We'll get to that in just a minute. There's some things worth celebrating. My name is Matt, and I'm the lead pastor here at Watershed. If you're brand new with us, thank you for being here. We would love to get to know you just a little bit more, and one of the ways that we have made that possible is through something called a connection card. If you go to the QR code, if you go to any QR code around here, it takes you to everything that you need to know about what's getting ready to happen in terms of like events here at Watershed or ways for you to participate. So when you feel ready to kind of introduce yourself to us and let us know kind of how you found us or things you might be interested in, that QR code and the connection card online is a great way to get started. One of the things a few things that I want to make you aware of as we move into the early parts of September. Got a lot of things that are getting ready to happen that I want to draw your attention to. One, unfortunately, is that the PFLAG event that was scheduled for today has been rescheduled or is in the process of being rescheduled. You should have gotten an email about this. But there's been some sort of conflict, unexpected conflict that they've had to work through, the PFLAG organization. So they'll circle back and we'll let you know when that's going to happen in the future. Also, September 3rd is the first night of Preface. If you're not familiar with what Preface is, it's kind of like our new person introduction experience. It's 4 Wednesday nights in a row, and we've got just a few spots left. I mean, it's really populated well over the last 3 weeks. I'd love for you to be a part of that. It's one of the things that I do here at Watershed. I've been doing it for the last 10 years or so, and it kind of takes the conversation that you've been having around theology or spirituality or just life in general and what that means for it to kind of integrate with the story that's been unfolding here for the past 20 years or so. So there's ways of signing up through the QR code there. Also, if you have a junior or senior high student, 2 weeks from today, from 3 to 5 p.m., there's a student ministry skating event. It's Kate's Skate. I think it's down in that direction, Monroe or wherever it is. Not Gastonia, not the Gastonia version. Although I've heard both are really very well. There's fun skating in both. I don't know why I feel the need to defend Gastonia right now. Obviously, there's a lot of reasons. Anyway, so that's 3 to 5, and I'm going to get off that before I butcher it anymore. We do this every August, September, where we start to name some things that we really think are important in areas of not just investment as a community, but then also investment in the future of Watershed, in the future of this world, and that's in our kids' space. And so we've had a great summer with kind of a surge of volunteers that have flooded that space through Summer Serve. I think Kelsey took on 15 or 20 brand new volunteers just to help our volunteers take a break in the summer. So now we're heading into the fall, and we still need more volunteers. And some of those folks that served with us during the summer have said yes to the fall. But if you're wondering where is the most beneficial place I could jump in and start to help and really allow my relational energy and my influence, it would be within the greenhouse space. And so there's real easy ways to sign up for that, again, through the QR code, and we'd love to have you be a part of that. We'd love to see 15 more volunteers be included in the month of September, and we'll keep you posted on that. Also, in 2 weekends, September 5th, 6th, and 7th, through ICU Talks. Yeah, thank you. You're losing a step, Kim. I had to point to you. Okay. What do I do with that? Anyway, Enneagram, 2 weekends. Where was I? Oh yeah. So through ICU Talks, there's an Enneagram conference, and Joseph and Susan Stabile, who are experts in this area and have been for over a decade or so. They're going to be here for a workshop. There's I think about 150 people signed up. There's a few spots left. It's not too late. You can do that. And then on that Sunday, Kim and Kim and Joseph and Suzanne are going to have an on-stage conversation. The Enneagram is it's this ancient personality typing system that allows you to kind of dial into some deeper conversations around human consciousness. And it's a fascinating a way of understanding yourself. It's been a conversation that's been here for over 10 years at Watershed, and this is something worth considering. So would love to have you be a part of that. And also, just mention real quick, I think it's October 18th, there's a 5K run that ICU Talks is sponsoring, and help me with the name, Claudia's 5K call out for courage. So all those things are happening. And then last and certainly not least, how many of you were at Pride last week? Oh, man. So we spent probably 6 weeks building up for that event publicly. Privately, Kindred was working towards this. They work towards it really year-round. And this year, we thought, what would happen if over 100 people walked with Watershed? And so we were really pushing you guys to sign up and register. Well, we ended up with over 100. We had like 110 plus. And yeah, you can applaud that. And I sound like a broken record, but 4 years ago when I walked in this for the first time, I could barely speak because I was just overwhelmed by the courageous, bold joy that I was witnessing in real time in that event. And since then, I still get to kind of return to those emotions and those experiences. But the thing that I get to add to it is watching people have that experience who haven't walked in it before, haven't walked in it with us for the first time. And I was just floored walking through the crowd of people as we were getting ready to go, and how many folks, this was their first time. And I remember this one friend not being able to form words. I don't know how to put language to what I'm experiencing right now, and I look forward in the days ahead to putting more thought into what this means for me. That sort of an event, that sort of environment, that sort of way of showing up in the world is not just indicative of a pride parade or a pride event. It is the way of Watershed. It is the way that we are as a community to create space for people to walk in and say, man, like there's a story that you have, there's an experience that you've gone through, and then there's this community that wants to create this amazing, beautiful conversation around God, around Christ, around reality, around what's happening in the world, and what it means for us as a church to show up in these moments together with one another and for one another. And so that's a long way of saying thank you, those of you who spent so much time and energy putting on this event, like making sure that people were well cared for. I had a buddy text me a picture of our float and said, best float in the parade, and at least top 3 in attendance, and that's in comparison to like the big organizations, the B of A's and the Novants that had all these people who probably were told they had to be there, right? That's so cynical of me. But again, just know, like beyond words of gratitude, and also beyond words of gratitude for those of you who every month make sure that your resources come in this direction so that this community continues to evolve, continues to create the space that I just described, and continues to blaze paths of new thinking and what it means to really create spaces of belonging. Thank you so much. If that's something you're interested in getting started with in terms of generosity or giving, there's real simple ways to do that through the QR code. Thank you for being here this morning. It's been a great August. We got one more weekend to go. God bless. Have a great morning.
From the 50s, there's only one thought that swirls around my head now. And that's that everyone there on the screen, yeah, everyone there on the screen, well, they're all dead now. They're all dead now. It ain't easy living above, and I can't help but keep falling in love. Bones and ashes, and when the color is too bold and bright, daydreaming in black and white until it passes, till it passes. I wanna know the measure from here to forever. I wanna feel the pressure of God or whatever. Oh, these days it's so hard to relax. You gotta hold a gun to my back to make me smile, to make me smile. And the only way I seem to cope is by trying to hold on to hope, if just for a while, if just for a while. Of God or whatever. Now it seems more than ever there's no hands on the levers. I wanna feel the pressure of God or whatever. Keep rolling while the searchers keep scrolling. Holy rollers keep rolling while the searchers keep scrolling.
Good morning. My name's David. I'm one of the pastors here. And we are wrapping up our plot twist series today. This will be the final Sunday of it. We'll do a kind of a transitional thing next week and then kick off our brand new series 2 weeks from now with Kim and the Stabiles. Speaking of that, real quick, because we love Kim so much, and because ICU Talks is one of our key ministry partners, we have been laser focused on promoting that event coming up. However, as it is nearing capacity, there is another event that I wanted to just gently let you know about that is competing. Competing. It's happening at the same time at another location. But if you fulfill two criteria, the first of those criteria is you already weren't going to go to the Enneagram event. If you're just procrastinating going to the Enneagram event, sign up before it fills up. Go do that right now. Take a moment, go to the bathroom, follow the QR code, sign up for Kim's event. But if one, you were already not going to sign up for that event, and then two, you were really, really energized by some of the themes of this series, exploring sort of different ways of understanding God and Christianity and our relationship to that, then what this other event is, it's at Park Road Baptist, which is a church that we are very friendly with, and it's exploring something called open and relational theology, which is a school of theology that reimagines or sort of speculates on a completely different relationship that God might have with the world, kind of conceiving of a notion of God where God is not relating to the world in an all-powerful, coercive way, like meticulously dictating what happens, but in some sense, that relationship is open. It's relational, hence the name. And this impacts things like God's relationship to time, like the future being open as opposed to God like ordering everything that happens and stuff. And there's going to be lots of different speakers and things like that. And so there is information on our website. You can follow the same QR code. So when you get there, first ask yourself, have I been meaning to sign up for Kim's event? If so, do so now. But if not, know that there is something else going on that weekend that you can engage in. So enough of the PSA. Let's dive in to wrapping up this series. So for those of you who maybe have not been here the whole time, the whole point of the series, as I alluded to a moment ago, is to kind of dive into, explore maybe aspects of the faith that we grew up with, the faith that we inherited, the faith that we maybe had before we got to a place like Watershed, and really kind of lean into the what and the why of maybe moving away from some of those ways of conceiving of spirituality, of Christianity, of our relationship with God or with Jesus, to the Bible, et cetera, et cetera. And to kind of illustrate, I think, what maybe is the most pronounced expression of that for me, I need to go back, take you all back real briefly to 1992, which was the year a very famous movie came out called Jurassic Park. And I remember where I was, the season I was in, driving back and forth to school every morning, and there was a billboard. Remember, that was the primary way that we used to communicate. Media was billboards. There was a billboard with the now iconic logo, the Tyrannosaurus skeleton. And I don't know why this is where my brain went, but I thought that this was an advertisement for a dinosaur-themed restaurant, which created a bit of an existential crisis for me, because on the one hand, I was obsessed with dinosaurs. On the other hand, I was the pickiest eater on the planet. As they say, there were signs. And so I didn't want to put myself in a position where I, on the one hand, was going to go to what was probably be the restaurant of my dreams, but then potentially be presented with something that I didn't want on my plate. And so I kind of hemmed and hawed for weeks. And my parents, little did I know at the time, were thrilled by this, because this was a PG-13 movie. I was, in fact, not 13. And they weren't really sure how to navigate should we let them see it? Should we not let them see it? I don't know what we're going to do. But I finally asked about it. And so reluctantly, they told me, this is a film about dinosaurs. And up to that point, all I had was Land Before Time 1 and 2. And if you're familiar with the Land Before Time series, you know that it really drops off. Like that first one will still get you. We know now that, some of those dinosaurs have different names, more feathers, things like that. But the emotional, pull of it. But then, other than some catchy earworm songs that still randomly pop into my head at inopportune moments, the second one and then everything after that, just awful. So anyway, I was excited about Jurassic Park. So my parents went to see it, decided that it was appropriate for a 6-year-old and also my 3-year-old brother to go see it. And so we saw it, and it changed my life. And I proceeded to see it. I think we are reasonably confident in saying that I saw it 14 to 17 times in theaters. Eventually, it went to something called a dollar theater. We don't have those anymore because we have streaming. But yeah, so I just kept seeing it and seeing it and seeing it. Like I said, there were signs. But at the time,